Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. And now, this is a recorded episode of his father on Reynard News' approach. Live from Washington, D.C., this is Reynard News, The Approach, with our host, Greg Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, a model is murdered in Manhattan, and the defendant is a limo driver, and his defense, sardonically, is love. A contested congressional race has some more suspense and twists and turns. While the Clinton administration is wanting to block some spending on the economy in the name of, watch this, defense spending. All this and more on The Approach. I'm here on the private jet of James Ryan Hendrick, the Director of Policy and Liaison for the Small Business Administration. Jim, how are you? Oh, in many ways better than I deserve. Jim, you decided to skip out on the budget meeting of the Small Business Administration today for a variety of reasons. Number one, I had a prior commitment. I was asked by Senator Helms to go to New Bern, North Carolina, speak at their Christian Academy. Had a chance to have lunch with the faculty and staff at the academy, along with the audience with the senator, he was with us now. I don't think that the Clinton administration has a right to balk on behalf of the defense spending. You know, have reason to believe that this has been going on since October of 1994, if you remember correctly. You've walked on a variety of meetings because of some budget issues. I have, and this is no exception. I think the Clinton administration is trying to do what it can to kill my measure for sustainability for small business. And, of course, I want to introduce, he wants to introduce a Small Business Jobs Protection Act. What about protection for small business owners? You're wondering if it's covered in there too. Yeah, I am wondering that. Because it's an issue, a problem, and quite frankly, I don't think Clinton even sits down to think about it. I mean, he's mostly out there in campaign mode. While we sit there, we listen, I at least try to listen to the mood and pulse of the American people. And so Clinton is all wet in there. And I think that I have hoped that Republicans to do a lot better. And I think Pat Buchanan is right about wanting to put it toward defense spending. They're wanting to fund the UN for peacekeeping. And that damages our sovereignty. And that he is right. But would you support Dole if he had the nomination? You know, I got to answer that question. I had to answer that question earlier today. And my answer is this. Let's wait and see what happens. Most likely I will not support Dole because I think he's a weak candidate. I don't think he's had. I don't know how long he's been in office, but I think it's long enough to see that we really need someone that knows more about business. You know, a lot of our candidates, with the exception of Phil Graham and maybe Bob Dole and Alan Keyes, I don't know, a lot of them have Ivy League universities. And we've already had that happen in 92 with Clinton. So it's just more of the same crap. I gather that you're jaded by this. Particularly, you know, how in the House chamber you were raked over the coals by Congressman Bill Hume. Someone told me that you had some information by him that could be damaging to his campaign. He's confessed to some things that, shall we say, would be a damage to his character, but I refuse to reveal how I got that information or what. I think that should be saved for private back rooms and political rallies, not here on the news. Jim, we've known each other for about 3 years now. Do you think your opinion about Clinton will ever change? I don't see how. Me and you, we supported him in 92. And he's elevated us somewhat. But I don't see that much improvement from 4 years ago. That's just being honest with you. I've seen the worst in him, rather. I mean, we were stupid to put a blackout have a media blackout on Clinton so that he could beat Bush in 92. Very stupid. Back to Bill Hume. Why are you supporting his opponent, Isaiah Friedman? First off, part of me does not like him. But he's one of the better characters. I know, being Assembly of Christ myself, I used to go to confess to him. Now, like some other religions, we don't believe that the man forgives the sin. The man helps you through the repentance process. That's all there is to it. Now, your firm belief here about what could Clinton do to shape the economy in 1996? Needs to start looking a little bit more towards the middle people. Needs to start looking more towards the middle of the road. Thing is, I don't think he will until a little bit later on. He knows he's getting a nomination for 96. But he's going to pussyfoot around until somebody says at least do something. And meanwhile, my projects are in the murk in the Senate. Nobody does anything about it. Dole is a weak nominee. Okay? Let's face it. What is his occupation? Let's think about that, okay? Get your crack research staff to look it up. Because I don't know. He's probably served in politics for a long time. And I don't know. Who knows how long he's been in the Senate? I think since 69. And then before then, he was in Congress, beginning in 67. He's now, granted, one thing I prefer over him, over Clinton, is that he served in a war. All right? But let's be honest with you. He runs for office in 1950. Young, just out of World War II. Doesn't say what he's done between World War II and when he's been in public office. So you think we're better off with some of the other nominees? Yeah, but there ain't very many good ones here. Are you saying you might support Ross Perot? If it comes down to it, I will. Now, granted, I don't necessarily agree with everything. But you can damn sure get the economy going again. That's something we need. You see Bill Clinton this week. Shoot your eye, I think he's weak. Can't seem to keep his bureaucracy and staff going. Can't seem to keep some mind. You're speaking of Philip Later. Friend of Hillary's, no doubt. Renaissance weekend. And who set that up? No doubt Webster Hubble. You know quite a bit about that through Penny Dreyfus, the case. Oh, I'm finding out more and more every day. Trust me. And I'll tell you something. Unless I see fit to release, you'll never know. That's just being honest with you. I won't release it until I can hold it for a juicy time. And then and only then will I release it. Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and release this, guys, and go back to you in the studio. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying until next time, get ready for the rest of the story. It gets more interesting from here.